Hi everybody, welcome to Sassy Sonya Sews. We want to welcome any first-time viewers or new subscribers. We thank you for watching and for subscribing to Sassy Sonya Sews. So we're at the holiday season again, and I thought, well, since I gifted a table runner that I really like the design of, I thought maybe I'll make one for myself. So I wanted to make again, we showed you this on an earlier episode of Sassy Sonya Sews. And it seems to be a very popular um, pattern, and it's just very unique with how the blocks go together. So I wanted to make that again, and I have that for you. So like I said, I wanted this on my own dining room table. So I didn't, the original one that I made and showed you had one extra block in it. It just calls for the 3 blocks, and that's what I did. And so you see here we have the little special design that half square triangles make. So it's almost as if it's a box in a box. And, you know, the optical illusion that it gives. So, as always, I quilt things on my home sewing machine. So, for the main part of the block, I just did a stitch in the ditch around, and then I did a stitch in the ditch around the outside of the block that connects the setting triangles. And so you'll see here it's got this, I think it kind of raises it up a little bit in the elegance of the quilting here. What I did was is I had my walking foot on, and I just did the width of the walking foot and did the lines that you see here. So there was no paper template or any sort of thing like that. So it's amazing how you can just use your presser foot to make the design for you. And then the back side is just some fabric that I had here in the craft room. You know, did it on the back side. So really, if I wanted to, it could be a reversible, which I probably won't do. And then the binding I have it still here somewhere. This was leftover binding from the original project. And as you can see, the project here is all completed, and I still have binding left over. So I can use this as I do, you know, a smaller table runner, or maybe even some placemats. But definitely if I make little quilted ornaments that have a binding, I can definitely use this for that as well. So Christmas fabric is always going to come in handy. So that's this little project that I did. So we're going to get that out on the table. I wanted to show you something fun that I did. You'll see it's a little mini Christmas skirt outside the craft room. You can't see it now, but outside the craft room we have a little Christmas tree that, you know, I've had it for a couple of years, and for a couple of years it's just been kind of like neglected and forgotten. So I thought this year, you know what, let me just make a little Christmas tree skirt to go around it. So all this is again leftover fabric that I had from a project that I did. And these are actually, you know, from 10-inch squares. I used 4 9.5 by 9.5 squares. I just got some backing fabric. I think it measured 20, either 20 or 22 inches squared. And so, you know, I put a little bit of leftover batting in between there. And all I did was just, you know, right sides together, stitched around the edge, left myself a little hole, you know, to turn it. And so then in order to make the cutout for the center of the tree, I just put you know, a mug on there and use that as a template to cut out the center for the so you know, you can make this any size you want to. You can see that it's not um, got rounded corners. You don't need to have that. It can just be a super simple thing, just like I did. You know, whipped it up in no time at all. And so now my tree will have a little decorated thing. So those are the features that we wanted to share with you today. I also want to share with you today, I've decided to make a block of the month um, quilt, and it is a Christmas theme. And so I have been, many of you who've, you know, listened to our episodes, I'm a big fan of the Fat Quarter Shop. They are based in Texas, but they're an online shopping store. They don't have a brick and mortar place. It solely was designed to be an online shopping store. So you can Google the Fat Quarter Shop or just only fatquartershop.com, and it'll bring them up. And so they had a project, I forget the year that they did it, but they did a project. It was, I believe it was originally called Deck the Halls or something along that line. And for a good year now, I've seen their book. It's called Peppermint Lane, Block of the Month, and it's by Itzo Emma, which is Emma is the daughter of the owner of the Fat Quarter Shop. And so I wanted to do a block of the month, and I am inviting all of you to join me in the block of the month. You can either, your quilt stores might have this as well, but definitely the Fat Quarter Shop sells this book. And they also have as their in if you look in their videos and posts and things like that, they do have the free patterns. So if you don't want to pay for this, you can go to their blogs of sew-alongs, and it will link you to where to find the free patterns that they have. So if you wanted to join in and sew along every month with me, we are going to start this in January of 2024. And so there are 11 blocks, and the last month is going to be spent putting everything together and getting the quilt finished. So first part of January, we are going to have more on this block of the month. I'll let you know what when we're going to post the video for each month. But I also wanted to give you a little bit of time to prepare. So obviously, since this is several years old, the fabric is no longer available. So I chose a fabric line that I liked, and so Merry Little Christmas is this fabric line. So this is my Fat Quarter bundle. I did purchase, not knowing originally, because when you look in the book, it doesn't give you total quantities that you need of, you know, fabric A, you need an entire yard, and fabric B, you need 3/4 of a yard. The book doesn't separate it that way. It just tells you how much you need for every single month, but not the total overall. So when I went on to their sew along in their videos, they did share how much fabric you would be needing. And so I'll let you know what those fabric requirements are. And what I have done is, so I actually have a hole bolt of just a white. This is Kona white, is the color. So this will be my background fabric. And you'll need 3.5 yards of the background fabric. Then also what they advised is that you need 9.5 9.5 yards of fabric for your piecing, which is all of these squares that you see here. Then it also suggests that you have a yard for the middle border, and for a binding, 2 yards for the outer border. So this is the middle border here, this red. And then 2 yards of the outer border and 4 yards of the backing. So if you want to start collecting your fabrics, again, that is 9.5 yards. So you would need, if you had this, you would need 1/2 yard of this. And then 8 other fabrics that you choose. So I have already started. Month 1 is I starched it, and I starched most of my background fabric. So those are hanging to dry right now. But I went and I separated all of the fabrics because even though some of the colors are similar, some of them are not. So I wanted to make sure that I was dividing my fat quarter bundle and my auxiliary fat quarters that I got to equal out. And so what I did was I went and I got all of the fabrics, and I decided these are the fabrics I'm using for month 1. These are the fabrics that I'm using for month 2. So this is the 11 months worth of different fabrics, and I'm going to know when I come to my sticky note that is the fabric for the month. If I can do it really quickly here. I don't know if I can. Okay, so these are all going to be for month 2, and then as you see, I sifted down and I came to month 3. So that's how I'm going to know what I'm going to need to use for that particular block. So if you want to start getting things all gathered up, early January, we will let you know how we're going to represent things. And so if you want to join along, something fun for us to do here at Sassy Sonya Sews. And hopefully you'll want to join along with us, and we'll see progress. And so let's see how this goes. This will be our first sew along. Once again, you can either buy the book or you can get the patterns from the Fat Quarter Shop. So you won't have to worry about, paying anything extra for that. You'll just be getting your supplies that you need. So that's what we have in store for you today. We hope that you have a good rest of the year, and we will see you in January of 2024. So, as always, happy sewing.